Hey guys, welcome to a Healthy Living video blog. This is Ruben.
You know, Aram.
Today we're going to do another episode in the park. What we're going to do today, Ruben?
We're going to show the progression from to the muscle up. In some instances, you know, doing a muscle up with a fixed bar is quite a lot easier than doing it with the rings. I found out the hard way. And what we're going to show is how to descend the exercise to the level of your capacity, so you can start building up from there on and achieve it.
Yeah. Actually,
that's my goal for the week.
Yeah, we tried to do it ourselves in muscle up, and neither of us was able to tackle it.
Not with the rings.
So this is one of the things I'm going to do in the camera. I'm going to say that I'm going to do it, quite a few of them, in a very short period of time, using exact the same progression. So watch it out in the next month or two. I should be able to do a muscle up hanging off of the rings. I can do it off the bar, but I can't do it off the rings.
That's right.
All right. Let's tear this one apart.
So we're gonna start from the easiest and build up. Whatever you can do without any difficulty, that will be probably too easy for you. So move to the next progression, and from there on follow through until you actually have enough strength and enough balance and coordination. You just fire it in one shot.
All right, let's go for it.
So the first progression that we're gonna do is gonna be the easiest one of all of them, and then from there on we build up. It's gonna be just a regular reverse pull, hanging off the rings, and what we're trying to achieve here is that as you pull into further repetitions, you begin to flex your wrist to a point that you end up with it almost hanging off the wrist and not so much of the hands. All right, so it will be something like this. Maybe I'll do about 6 reps. So as you pull in, make sure that you pull explosive, because you're gonna need that type of energy engagement. All right, so you pull and wrist flexion a bit, pull, wrist flexion, pull, wrist flexion, pull, wrist flexion. Keep the rings close to the body. Don't let them separate. Pull, wrist flexion, pull, wrist flexion, and that will be the first sequence of events that you want to do. Right? As you get better, you might try it with one hand.
So the second progression will be using the same thing that Ruben did, but with one arm or one hand. So this is how it works. So we're going to start up here, and we're just going to do a slight wrist thing. And eventually you want to work yourself up to more wrist flexion. There you go.
Now the third progression that we want to do, you might be able to do it in a different workout, a different day, or in the same one if you have the strength and the stamina for it. It's actually take some of the weight off your legs, so you're actually hanging more body weight on top of the rings, and do the same movement as we did in number 1 and number 2, which is create the pull-up plus add a little bit of reflection, so you end up getting more into your wrist with the weight. Ideally, we want to finish with our hands in this position, right? Eventually, we want to maybe spend some time hanging off the rings with the wrist in that flex position, which it will make it really easy to go right into the finish up part of the pull-up.
The next progression will be, again, we're going to raise the feet even higher, so they're going to create a little bit harder exercise for those wrists to get them under. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to put the legs higher up. Whatever you're going to find, we just happen to find a full garbage can. So from here, you want to get the wrist, and continue working just like that.
So the next progression that we're doing now, we actually descend the load. That means that we're not gonna be using the garbage can or any way that you raise your legs up, and we're gonna go through the whole muscle up, but with the feet on the ground. So you start building up the motor engram on how to pull up, flick the wrist, and get into your shoulders. All right, so we do it with the feet in the ground this time.
All those progressions are not almost designed to do it at the same exact workout, so we kind of leave it up to you at what exactly point of time you're going to do them. But the next thing I would recommend you to do is to do a little bit of a muscle up with the help of jumping, but not too high. So the way it's going to work is from here, you're going to jump in a muscle up and use the wrists. Something like this.
Next progression, we raise the rings a little higher up. You use a little bit less of the legs, you start with your wrists already in a much better position to get the finish up in the muscle up, and just try to create more of a pull up, legs of a push with the legs, and more of a flick of the wrist, so actually you can get your shoulders at the level of the rings. Don't forget to reposition your wrist with every rep if you need to.
Since you mastered the last one, now we're gonna master something doing kind of like a pull-up with a little bit of a wrist flexion with a hanging position. So the tree doesn't allow us to get any higher. Well, the rings don't allow. So what we're gonna do is just gonna hang off of it and try to do pull-ups and a little wrist thing. So I'm gonna try to keep the rings close in towards my body. Something of that sort.
So now we're just gonna jump and just work on dips individually. All right, it's the second part of the finishing part of the muscle up, and you gotta get strong with them too. Some people don't have the strength in the triceps to do them. So from here, just whatever position you need, be in, keep those rings nice and close to the body, and just push yourself all the way through, nice and easy. Right?
Progression before you should be able to do it off the hanging position is by jumping. You've probably seen in one of our previous videos that I've been doing this. So this is what you do to get yourself stronger for a regular muscle up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little jump, go in a pull, and then a dip phase. So from here, this is how it works. So it's a progress in motion.